This video is powered by BetUS. Bears win, Bears win, Bears win. Shane Waldron dialed it up today with an awesome game plan. The defense dominated most of the game, and the Bears are above 500 for the first time in 2 years, 3-2 after 5 games. I even called this game a must win for the Bears. And while I don't believe any game in the NFL that doesn't have playoff ramifications is a must win, I did think the Bears needed to come away with a victory, and they didn't disappoint. Good teams in the NFL win games against opponents they are supposed to beat. And today the Bears did that. That is something to celebrate. The Chicago Bears now have the longest active home winning streak in the NFL, going back to last season, winning 8 straight games at Soldier Field. It finally feels like this team has a home field advantage with Matt Eberflus, and that is something that is not talked about enough. This team has played great football at home for an entire year now. Our last loss at Soldier Field came in week 6 last year against the Vikings on October 15th. This team now has a winning streak at Soldier Field that is going to stand for longer than an entire year, because next week we play at London and then we have a bye week. That is something to be proud of, and also how this team played today. Like always, I never overreact one way or another to one game in the NFL, but I am extremely happy with the way this team played today. The offense played with a tempo, our defense was ferocious, and we were solid on special teams as well, playing a complete football game on all 3 phases. Caleb Williams was awesome today. He was poised in the pocket, he was awesome on deep throws, and that's been his biggest knock so far this year. He's been overthrowing passes that are over 20 yards down the field. In his first 4 games this year, he was 3 for 23 on passes that were 20 plus yards downfield, throwing 0 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. But today something clicked. He was 2 for 3 throwing a TD and having a passer rating of 149.3 on passes that were 20 plus yards downfield. This is called development from a rookie quarterback, and you love to see it from Caleb. But even more about his development. This was just his 5th career start, and he already has his 2nd career 300 plus yard passing game. For some context here, it took Mitch Trubisky 16 games to throw for his 2nd career 300 plus yarder. Meanwhile, Justin Fields only had one 300 plus yard passing performance in his 3 seasons with the Bears. He just got his 2nd one last week with the Steelers in his 42nd career start. This was Caleb's 5th start, just saying. Meanwhile, Caleb Williams is already climbing our rookie passing charts as well, as he now has the 6th most passing yards for any rookie quarterback in Bears history after just 5 games, already passing Rex Grossman, Sid Luckman, Tyson Bagent, Zeke Bertowski, and so many others. Caleb is just 1,100 yards away from breaking Mitch Trubisky's rookie record already. He was 20 for 29 for 304 yards, 2 TDs, and added 34 rushing yards on the ground. His rushes were well timed, and he picked up multiple first downs with his legs, keeping the chains moving. Caleb Williams is the real deal. My biggest positive is I'm now confident in our offense. Think about it, guys. In years past, anytime the Bears had 3rd and long on offense, I just expected us to punt. We would either hand the ball off or call a screen pass. But with Caleb Williams and Shane Waldron, they have been awesome these last 2 weeks on 3rd and long, and I've seen something I haven't seen from Bears offenses in my entire life, showing an ability to attack defenses downfield, even on 3rd and long. And Shane Waldron has been able to scheme guys open, getting DJ Moore wide open more times than I can count, and being able to get Rome Odunze and Cole Kmet wide open at times as well. I've never been more excited about a Bears passing attack. This is the new era of Bears offense. But I wanted to take a quick moment to thank BetUS for sponsoring this video. This is the perfect time to check out BetUS, as they have an awesome promo going right now. Use promo code YouTube150 and you can get a 150% match bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. BetUS has you covered for all your Bears betting needs. But it hasn't just been Caleb Williams on offense. Shane Waldron is involving a lot of players, and DeAndre Swift continued playing well today as well. He had 120 total yards and a touchdown, continuing his momentum from last week. He also looked awesome as a pass blocker, protecting Caleb Williams. I love what I've seen from Swift. Roshan also has been awesome as a change of pace back. He only averaged 2.5 yards per carry today, but he continues running with authority, and he finished off two touchdown drives running behind mini fridge Doug Kramer. I love what I've seen from our rushing attack the last 2 weeks, and I love how Waldron has incorporated Doug Kramer into the backfield. He did have a clipping penalty that cost us a touchdown today, but other than that, it's been awesome. As far as our receivers, though, all three were involved today. DJ Moore had 4 catches for 105 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he also had 2 drops. That's uncharacteristic from DJ. He even called himself trash in the post-game press conference, but Caleb would have had an even better game if DJ didn't drop 2 passes. Let's remember over the last 5 years, DJ is top 3 in the NFL in lowest drop percentage, so let's not rag on him. Meanwhile, Rome Odunze had another solid day, 5 catches for 40 yards. His breakout is still coming, and Keenan Allen finally got involved a little bit, 3 catches for 33 yards. Actually, his best game as a Bear. And Cole Kmet added 3 catches for 57 yards himself. As far as the offensive line, I thought they were awesome today, especially considering Tevin Jenkins left early and missed most of the game. Bill Murray stepped in and played solid. Not Ghostbusters Bill Murray, but undrafted free agent Bill Murray. And I thought our tackles had a great game as well. Both Braxton Jones and Darnell Wright looked solid. On top of that, I thought Matt Pryor and Coleman Shelton were good as well. I'll have to check that out more thoroughly once the All 22 comes out, but I thought we had some clean pockets. We got some push off the line of scrimmage. I was happy with how this offensive line played as a whole. But then let's go ahead and move on to the defense, where Gervon Dexter continues his breakout season. He had another sack, and he now leads all interior defensive linemen in the NFL with 4 sacks on the year. He also added 3 big quarterback hits and recorded a fumble. Gervon Dexter's breakout continues. Andrew Billings also got his first sack of the season. Proud of Big Bill. It was a big play that knocked the Panthers completely out of field goal range. Another guy I wanted to talk about, though, was Tremaine Edmonds. I loved what I've seen from him. He forced a couple of incomplete passes. He was awesome as a tackler, and he forced a fumble. Great day from Tremaine. Kyler Gordon was solid in coverage all day, and he had some good blitzes off the edge, getting a big quarterback hit and a half a sack. But you can't talk about our defense today without bringing up our safety play. Both safeties forced a turnover. Kevin Byard had a big-time interception, 6 tackles, and a tackle for loss. And meanwhile, Jaquan Brisker had 5 tackles and forced a fumble. Our secondary has been intimidating and physical. Overall, our defense has just been impressive. That's 11 straight games of holding teams to 21 points or less and keeping teams under 20 points in 10 of the last 11. The Montez Sweat effect is real, and we have a legit top 10 defense in the NFL. But it is important to not overreact to just one victory. The Panthers are not a good football team. I've been saying that for 2+ years. That's why I was so happy we got their pick last year, and I rooted for them to lose all season. But the Bears haven't been a team that wins games they're supposed to for a decade or longer. So as a Bears fan, it is okay to celebrate today's victory. But let's not act like we won the Super Bowl. The NFC North is still potentially the best division in football, so the schedule after Week 10 is a bloodbath. So if we want to have a shot at playing meaningful football later in the season, we need to win these games against bad football teams. And honestly, that's all I really want, to be playing meaningful football when December comes. I spent the entire offseason talking about how we need to have patience with a rookie quarterback. So I'm not going to put playoff expectations on this team yet, but I would love to at least be in the mix once we get towards the end of this season. The biggest key for me is simply Caleb Williams' development. Wins and losses honestly take a back seat, but from what we've seen so far, it looks like this might be a team that is capable of winning games while we develop Caleb Williams. And that is the biggest positive of the entire season. We're going to try to keep things rolling next week in London against the 1-4 Jacksonville Jags. If we can come out with a victory, we will head into the bye week at 4-2. And to be honest, the Jags haven't been good so far this year. Although they did beat the Colts 37-34 today, so both teams will be traveling overseas coming off victories. But the bottom line is this should be another winnable game for the Bears. An important note is they will be traveling to London early. Matt Eberflus confirmed the team will be leaving tomorrow, and they're going to spend the entire week in London, allowing them more time to adjust to the time difference and get comfortable. I love this. No word yet on when the Jags will travel over, but they do play in London every year. Quick shout out to BetUS for sponsoring today's video. It's Victory Sunday though, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. I appreciate everyone who watches. Please hit that like button for me. Stay tuned. I'll be back with more. And until next time, bear down.